Escorting.
All right. So, what do you think Sarah's dad meant when he told her she should weigh the facts? Do you think he necessarily meant
To wait.
to weigh the facts like on a
No.
weight?
No.
So it's like a idiom, or it's not necessarily sarcasm. It's called an idiom. It's an idiom, a phrase that means something else. So weighing the facts really means weighing her decisions, figuring out,
Like compare and contrast.
compare and contrast, right? So why do you think he told her to weigh the facts of wanting to be a teenager?
Because being a teenager and being 11 are totally different things. But it's like you have more responsibilities on the teenager side, and then it's not a lot of responsibilities on being 11. It's just like a little bit.
Right. So he basically wants her to what? Figure out if it's even worth it, right?
Yeah.
Right. So what kind of responsibilities would Sarah have as an 11-year-old based on what you read? What are some of the responsibilities she would have as an 11-year-old?
Homework.
Jayla, tell me one.
Homework.
Janae?
Can babysit Noah?
But she
For
babysit
Noah?
her brother. Martha. You can.
Can walk to the park.
She can walk to the park with her friend. What else? That's it. That's it. Those are most of her responsibilities for being 11, right? That seems pretty good for somebody that's 11, because there's some people who can't even do that, right? So what I want you to do now, you made a prediction. Read your prediction for me and tell me if you need to revise it or not. Janae, read me yours.
In the story, I think Sarah is going to be treated like a teen for a period of time, then realizes the effects that might happen. For example,
Oh, we can't.
she will have to wash clothes, cook, take care of her siblings, and it's a lot to do when you grow up.
So did this happen?
No.
So did your prediction happen? No? Because you said you thought she was going to be able to be treated like a teen. Did they do that in the story?
No.
So that means you need to do what? Revise and write what your revision is, and I'm gonna come back to you. Jada, read your prediction.
I said that she gets mad and wishes her birthday comes earlier, and then I said when she turns 12, she wish. Then I said when she turns 12, she wishes her birthday could come earlier again.
Did that happen?
Half of it.
Okay, so how are you gonna revise it? Write your revision, and I'm gonna come back to you. What was your?
After a couple of years, she'll turn to be a teenager, and she's not going to like it because of. Oh, I didn't.
Okay, but you started off, but the beginning of your prediction, did that happen?
No.
So you need to revise it.
Did she wish her birthday come earlier?
Go back and read and find out. You have 2 minutes. Jonah, you almost done. So what's your revision? What did you write?
That she is not going to be treated like a teen, and I wrote about.
And Jayla?
I'm going to write that Sarah did not wish that her birthday could come earlier twice.
right?
Twice.
Okay. And Martha, revise your prediction.
Oh, I was about to write, she was born being a teenager, so
She was born being a teenager, but I'm talking
I
about
mean-
revising your prediction.
Hey, Martha. It's like a piece of gum.
How you gonna revise your prediction? You said she was gonna be a teenager in a few years. That didn't happen in the story, so what are you gonna say?
I was gonna say she,
Dang,
her,
What's this? Oh, that's you. He needs Miss Samuel.
Excuse me, Samuel. I get two computers.
Jolene, come on.
Okay.
What's your new prediction?
I'm back.
Want me?
Come on, Martha.
It's okay, Tina.
She was born being 11.
That we already know, Martha.
But she was never being 11.
What?
It says it right here.
But guess what? I want you to think a little bit more. Your original prediction was she's going to be 10. She's going to be a teenager in a few years. The story wasn't that long to show that she would be a teenager for 10 years, right? So how are you going to revise that prediction based on what you've read so far? Jayla, you have a question?
I have a question. Why does she say that being 12 is going to be bad?
Because it's a whole nother year
It's
until she
another
got
year.
it.
That she has to be. Well, so while we're waiting for Martha, you can write another prediction
Okay.
based on what you think is going to happen next.
Wait.
Because she haven't. No, because it's going to take a whole other year.
Just write it small on the bottom. That's why I tell you stop writing so big.
I write a lot because I go into details.
Okay, that's fine, but write it on the bottom. So how are you going to revise your prediction based on what you've read so far? You can take your time and do it. Then you two can share your prediction with me. What is your next prediction?
I said that she would keep being bored about being 11.
We already know that. Do we know that? No. At the end. Based on what we read so far, we think she'll continue to be bored being 11. Okay, that's a good prediction. Janae, what's yours? Don't look to the story. That's how you make the prediction.
The same thing. I know we already know that she's going to realize being a teen is more responsibility.
Okay.
But also,
Also,
she's going to, towards the end, she's going to,
I'm going to be fun and get.
she's going to want to be, 11 when she's older. She's going to think back and like, dang, I should have been 11.
I like that. I like the way you said that. Martha, so how, did you find out your revision?
I guess, yeah.
What?
She's gonna like, she's gonna like the way, like, after, she's gonna like being 11
Why?
because she's gonna look like, she's gonna look toward her sisters. Her sister have to do a lot of responsibility and she doesn't want to do it.
Okay, so she weighed her options and then she's gonna realize
Just
that she
like her
wants.
dad told her.
Right. Thank you, Anjali.